Hello everyone, so this is my promised foot tutorial and I'm here with some of my most treasured and favourite objects, okay, which you probably have around the house or are very easy to get hold of online, so do recommend. There's actually use of these don't just end with the feet, but we are just going to look at the feet today. I have a golf ball, a tennis ball, and a spiky massage ball. And they all have a slightly different response in the body. Generally, in terms of the feet, spiky, the firm spiky massage ball, and the golf ball, I'm laughing because the golf ball is where the money's at. That's the good one when it's tough. Are probably the most useful for the feet, but if you haven't got these around, this is going to work pretty well as well. So this ideally is something you do daily. As I mentioned in our class on Saturday just gone, elasticity, freedom in your feet will promote that quality of movement and quality in your tissues up the whole of your body. The feet inform the whole of the body. The whole of the body inform the feet. It's a two-way process. But walking as barefoot as often as you can, as often as it's safe to do so, is really important. So, walk barefoot around your house, walk barefoot on the beach, just anywhere where you can safely walk barefoot is really, really, really beneficial for you. And then this little sequence of exercises every day, maybe. It doesn't take long. You don't have to set aside special yoga time. The footwork that I'm about to do, you can do while you're waiting for the kettle to boil or the pasta water to boil. And the other stuff we can do while watching TV, for example. Anyway, so let's come up to standing. This is the first little thing we're looking to do daily. Okay, so we're going to roll the ball over the surface of the foot. I'm not going to use the tennis ball for this. It's not as effective, but like I just said, if you've got nothing else that can do. I'll start with the spiky massage ball. Okay, so a lot of people talk about this being ticklish. Okay, and people can be quite sensitive about the feet and touching the feet, and I really do understand that. What I say to you is you need to get past what I call the tickle layer, okay? Or at least get used to the sensation so the tickle layer goes away. So I'm doing 2 minutes at least each side. It's a bit like cooking, isn't it? But you're waiting for the egg to boil. And I'm rolling this ball all over the sole of my foot. Now, the beauty of this is you just can't do it wrong. Just roll all over the sole of the foot. And as we do that, we might notice there is a place that feels a bit tender. So I'm feeling something there in the mound of the big toe, in my right leg, right foot, and I'm just going to stay there and press in. And this is our pressure points, where we'll feel a stronger sensation. I'm not going to lie to you, it might be, particularly as we come onto this golf ball, it might be uncomfortable. And what we should experience is that first quite intense sensation, let's say. You might even feel like I've actually got goosebumps up the whole of my body at the moment, just from pressing into that mound of big toe of the foot here. And you might hopefully then feel, after at least 10 seconds, let's say 10 to 30 seconds, things subside, and then we can move again and maybe find another area. And you just can't do it wrong. I might find something on the outer edge of the foot, but it's nice one on the inside edge of the foot, the inner arch there. I tend to roll in and collapse. So moving over to the left side, same again. 2 minutes at least each side. You can't do this wrong, okay? And I always start, I don't go straight into any pressure points. It's a bit like, think of it like you're kneading some dough, okay? We need the dough. And think of the sole of the foot as the dough, we're talking to the tissues at the base of your body, the bottom of the foot. We've needed it for a while, and then there might be a place that just requires a little more pressure, a little more attention. So we're not pressing so hard that we're going to be causing bruising, but that said, when you find a pressure point, try not to grip in the toes on the pressure point. When you find a pressure point, we do need some degree of discomfort. It should subside. We should feel almost like, again, the dough softening, the tissues of the body expanding, and then it might be an opportunity to move again. So spiking massage ball, if you've got a smooth, firm massage ball, this works well. For me, the money is at the golf ball, okay? So this is where this is going to feel really quite firm. But this is where we really start to get into those tough places. So this is like now, I've had a go at kneading the dough with my hand, or I found a pressure point there, I'm just going to stay. I've had a go at kneading the dough with my hand, and now I need something a bit firmer, so I've got the rolling pin out. That's probably the best way to view this golf ball here. So at first, it can be too much. And let's say you come to a pressure point, a trigger point, and you press into it and it's like, wow, oh my God, that's awful. You actually need to back off from that, okay? Because that's really painful. It's contraction, okay? And what we're trying to do is expansion, lengthening, unfolding, undoing tissues that have got stuck and wrapped up together. And then we find a pressure point and we're able to just press into it enough to allow that expansion. And you know the expansion is happening because the sensation begins to dissipate. You can actually feel, this is why I like the golf ball, you can actually feel the tissues of the sole of the foot almost like moulding and expanding into the golf ball. So daily, and it's so simple. I mean, if you've got the time, twice daily, when you wake up in the morning and in the evening, then I did this with you on Friday. Oh, look, you can see the book I'm going to use for our next class. So, coming to sitting, any comfortable sitting position. And again, can we down potentially on the sofa even while you're watching telly? I'm going to bring my right leg across me, taking the hand, left hand, putting it in between the toes here. So your hand does fit between the toes. You want to eventually work the finger right down into the knuckle crease of the foot. And again, it's a bit like that golf ball or whatever ball you're using on the foot. Let's wait. We can be easy to rush to get there. Just wait. Allow almost the tissues to soften, and then we may be able to encourage those fingers to go a little more deeper down into the knuckle crease. And again, don't be in any rush, just pause here. And you do often get a stretching sensation between the toes, and just allow that to exist. And then we squeeze the foot, the hand with the foot. You get an intensity in that stretching sensation. And relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax. And then return the favour, squeeze the hand with the foot. The foot, if you look in primates, the foot has as much capability to be as dexterous as the hand, just as we just encase them in shoes and we don't use them like we use our hands every day.
we lose that potential, whereas this is I'm re-inviting of this potential. Then I take my free hand, I'm taking the heel, and you can get a great view of the sole of the foot here, the skin. You know, the skin of the sole of the foot, which can go really wrinkly, or you can really stretch it. And what you need to understand is that movement that you're taking on the skin here goes body wide, goes beneath the skin into the tissues of the feet, and has an impact globally. So what I'm going to do, make like a figure of 8. So I'm circling the heel or circling the ball of the foot. So think of an oscillating pattern. Oscillating is a nice word. And changing direction is like oscillation. Notice it's not the ankle, okay? It's just the foot moving, okay? And this oscillating pattern. Then I like to squeeze the sole of the foot to the ball and stretch it. So it's back to kneading the dough, isn't it? Think of the sole of the foot as kneading the dough. And then let's change sides, but do for a minute experience how that foot feels, okay? And even if you want, come to standing and notice the difference between the right and left side of your body. I think I shared this with you in the class the other day when we worked with the feet, that my left hip's a bit tighter, and I find this on the left side just that little bit more challenging. So I'm sinking the hands into the creases there, waiting, pausing, not being in any rush to move on, because this is the side where I meet more resistance, for example. You know, tissues of the body sometimes just need a little bit of time to respond to the question, can you let go? No, all right, well, I'm going to move on. Can you let go? Okay, I'm going to give you some space to think about that. To think about whether that's possible today. I'm going to help you to do that. It's a much kinder response to our body. And then we're going into that foot squeeze, hand squeeze alternation here. It's kind of like talking to the foot, saying, you know what, could you be as dexterous as the hands? This is how we squeeze, can you do it back? And then same again, that oscillating pattern. And I notice a huge difference between the right and the left side of my foot. In fact, here's a good tip for you. So I've done my right side first today, because it's the side that, actually change the hand position, gets a bit better movement there. It's the side that responds better. So I like it then. So I go there first, especially if I'm going to demonstrate something. So I'm squeezing heel and ball together, lengthening away, and kneading that dough. But actually, what I should do is probably do my left foot first, then go to my right foot, and then go back to my left foot. Although the counter argument to that is, if you do the side which has a better quality of movement first, it's also a way of, you know, putting into the nervous system, putting into your belief system that the other side has the potential to move the same way. Anyway, that's just my little bit of daily work before the feet. I do recommend try it. Try it every day. Don't need to set aside special yoga time. Just balls on the feet when you're cooking in the kitchen, for example, and that little bit of footwork while you're watching TV of an evening. So it is totally achievable.